Hot summer days can be more than uncomfortable. They can be dangerous, which is why we have Dr. Shane Hudnall with Cone Health Sports Medicine. And, you know, I got to tell you, I'm thinking about all the people that are trying to clean up after the floods and the storms. They're out there in the heat. What exactly is heat stroke, and then how do we avoid it?
Yeah, so heat stroke is when your body's internal thermostat gets so overwhelmed that it stops functioning. So your internal temperature actually rises above 104 degrees, and you start to get some of these neurologic symptoms. Like the most common ones we see are confusion, loss of consciousness, but we've seen people have, weird behavior, delusions, even seizures. So you need to be, keep it in mind in these temperatures.
All right, how quickly can this happen? I mean, I think some people think, oh, they have to be out in the summer heat for like hours for this to happen.
Yeah, and that's a common misconception. So you can get heat stroke within 10 to 15 minutes. So don't think that just because you're not out there for an hour that you can't get this.
All right, we often hear that phrase, listen to your body in the heat, but what specific symptoms do you need to be watching out for yourself?
So I think many of us have experienced mild heat illness or heat exhaustion, what we used to say, where you're having a little bit of a headache, dizziness, maybe a little lightheadedness, the muscles start cramping. And those should be your early warning signs that, hey, maybe I'm getting a little bit of heat illness. I need to take precautions and get out of that heat.
Okay, and so does heat stroke vary between age groups, like the warning signs, older adults, toddlers, kids, that kind of thing?
So the symptoms are the same, but as you can imagine, some of our younger patients, younger kids, don't verbalize them quite as well. So they may still have a headache or dizziness or nausea, but they may just say, I don't feel right, or you may actually just notice that they're not playing the way that they usually do, or they're slowing down and, it's 95 degrees outside, maybe I need to get them out of the heat.
I think people think that they would recognize heat stroke because like just the face would flush, but that's not always the case.
Correct. Sometimes it's just a matter of you have those mild, heat symptoms and they just kind of start to get worse and worse. They feel a little lightheaded, and next thing you know, they could be, passed out outside and you need to take action.
All right, so if someone seems like they're overheated, what should we do right away?
So the first thing ideally would be to get them into an air-conditioned environment, get them into a house. But sometimes, if you're out at some type of festival, that may not be an option. So get them into the shade. If they're wearing some excessive clothing, so if they have a jacket on or something, take that off and so you can expose their arms and legs so they can sweat more appropriately. If you have access to fans or anything to cool them, wave at them. Ice packs would be great to put, in the neck, in the armpits, anywhere to kind of cool them off as quickly as possible. If they're still conscious, then offer them beverages, ideally cool beverages, water. And if they do feel like they're going to pass out, elevate their legs so you get the blood back to their core organs.
Gotcha. Okay, I like where you're saying like put the ice packs in certain places and stuff like that, or like a bottle of water if you have it, or something like that. Cold bottle of water, whatever you have, that's there. Okay, when is it time to call 911? And is there anything that you should not do or should do while you're waiting for help?
So definitely follow those things that I mentioned. But of course, if you have someone that's confused and can't follow directions, I wouldn't force them to drink water. We don't want to complicate that by having them aspirate and cause some other problems. But yeah, you just want to make sure that you're taking the precautions. If you notice this person seems like they're a little bit confused, they're not acting right, they feel like they're going to pass out any second, call 911 before it gets to be too much of a problem.
Okay. All right, we're going to continue this because we've got a long summer ahead. We've got lots of activities to be doing outside. So we're still going to be talking about overheating and how to keep yourself safe. We're going to be joining the doctor again in just a few minutes. So stick around.